number 2 rapper, or he's a better rapper than anybody that I like, then I start to get upset.
And that's where I'm at.
Anywhere in your top 15, I'm like, your list is bullshit.
So we may have just encountered the ultimate gatekeeper in hip-hop media, someone who has made it their personal mission to keep Drake out of any serious rap conversation. When you put Drake anywhere near the top of your list, this person takes it as a personal offense. When you say he's the number 1 or number 2 rapper, or that he's better than anyone I respect, I immediately have a problem. If Drake shows up anywhere in your top 15, I'm calling your list trash. And we have a lot to cover today as the fallout from Jay-Z's freestyle continues to unfold. We're breaking down reactions from the likes of Joe Budden and others, figures who are currently getting dragged online for blatant hypocrisy, given that their takes on Jay-Z directly contradict how they responded when Drake was in a nearly identical situation. If you've been watching our recent videos, you've already noticed the widening gap between hip-hop media and the general public when it comes to how people are receiving this freestyle. And at this point, Jay-Z's supporters appear to be in full scramble mode, so much so that they're now pulling Eminem into the conversation to try and shift the narrative. We'll get into that in just a moment. We've also got 50 Cent's response to those who think he came out looking bad over the Daphne Joy and Diddy's leaked tape situation. And honestly, my read on this was right from the start, not because I'm running PR for 50 Cent, but because the logic was straightforward once you looked at it clearly. You'll see exactly what I mean. But before we dive in, if you're getting value from this content, take 2 seconds to hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely enjoy reading the back and forth down there. Just keep it respectful. Now, starting with Drake versus Jay-Z, we may have found the true final boss of hip-hop media. This is someone who has made it their ongoing agenda to keep a foot on Drake's neck, and the reasons behind that agenda remain unclear.
At this moment, there's nobody who does what Drake does. There's nobody who does what Kendrick does. I don't think they're fighting for the same crown, or they shouldn't be. I don't think they're fighting for the same
The shouldn't be is where it irks me. If you say you like Drake and he makes you happy, great. I'm not gonna yuck your yum. When you say he's the number 1 or number 2 rapper, or he's a better rapper than anybody that I like, then I start to get upset. And this goes, I mean, like, millennials have been saying this shit for a while. I remember Kevin Durant tweeting about he thought Drake was the greatest rapper of all time. And I'm tweeting back at him like, you're out of your fucking mind. What are you talking about? But millennials been talking that Drake 1 shit or Drake 2 shit.
That's not a crazy take. I think it's a wrong take, but I don't think it's a crazy take. I think it ultimately comes down to what your standard is.
That's just it. If you lower this is why Drake pisses me off.
And let's just say that Toure clearly hasn't taken a close look at the actual demographics showing up to most mainstream rap concerts these days. Take Tyler, the Creator, for example. If you walked into one of his shows without knowing whose concert it was, you might easily assume you'd stumbled into a Taylor Swift event just by looking at the crowd. So before I run with any narrative about Drake's fan base being predominantly white compared to other mainstream artists, I'm going to need some actual data to back that claim up, because the assumption alone doesn't hold up. But I'd love to hear what you think about that one. And we may have just come across the first legacy media personality who isn't fully riding with Jay-Z on this freestyle situation. Someone with real industry connections who didn't hold back and actually called Jay-Z out directly for that freestyle.
And you go on the Roost picnic, and this is supposed to be your big one, right? The big one. Meanwhile, Ye has 118,000 people in Turkey, the biggest rap concert in history.
Nobody's talking about it.
Who's bigger? No, nobody's talking about it because Jay has a way of talking about the country. I mean, has a way of having the culture on lock. But what I'm saying is that if I'm on Jay's team, I might say, hey, don't talk that big talk when your boy who's under you has made more money, more impact, and on the night that you're doing the Roots concert, which we were there for everybody, including you, Ye sells out 118,000 seats in Turkey. I didn't even know they like hip hop in Turkey. And he sold out 118,000 seats. So for me, and then you diss Drake about his paperwork, but you're 17 years older than him. You're supposed to have more. You're supposed to be more. You're supposed to be up. Jay has made his career picking on people younger than him. picking on people beneath it. And to me, it was like, I just didn't like the freestyle. I just was like, because I said it on this show. We know what Jay's gonna do. He's gonna do a freestyle, he's gonna address everything, and he's gonna let us talk about it. I'm tired of that. You ain't bigger than the culture. Y'all not tired of Jay-Z dropping a song and then us talking about it and then he go over there and get money from all the big corporations? Cause look at, they all talking about me. You know, it's just, to me, it's just like when you see the plays that he makes, and by the way, that's one of my idols, if not my top idol. But as a man, I would be fake if I'm at the age I'm in now and I worship him the same way I did when I was 20.
And some people online are already cracking jokes, saying he's about to get a call from Jay-Z and that his next YouTube podcast video is going to be Ray Daniels walking back every single statement he just made. I mean, it sounds like a punchline, but it's really not that far-fetched. We've actually heard stories about that kind of pressure happening behind the scenes, and even Joe Budden has spoken about it publicly before. And speaking of Joe Budden, he was somewhat split on the freestyle. He didn't go nearly as overboard with the praise as Ray Daniels did, though.
Different place, battling is not necessary. Yes, that's who I was, but yeah, you give me the whole kit and caboodle.
Man, get that shit out of here.
I'm privileged to have been in very close proximity of you, so I know better than to hear this bullshit that you be saying about no battling. And then you turn right around and see, I'm speaking as a whole fan, a music fan. If I'm gonna get a new verse from him, the mind that I know does all of this lyrical miracle, penmanship, craftsmanship shit, I would like the time better spent. If you in the verse telling me my fight is with them up there with the MAGA Republicans and the corporate offices, give me that again. You've always done that your career.
That's verse 2.
See, I don't like that no more.
I like it.
And
Joe,
especially.
I don't like that. I love it.
I'm also looking at this like, yo, this is a rollout. He got the internet in a frenzy, in an hour. This is part of my rollout. I don't have to do none of the other shit. I came, I saw, I conquered. My album about to drop in a month, and gonna go rush to the store to buy my shit based off of this.
And I'm not
what
sure
else I
there'll
have
be-
to say.
Listen, got it. There is justification on all sides. There is no right or wrong in it.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong in it. I'm just speaking to the allure that he's always had. Like, don't lose it trying to keep it. I would have just loved to hear just
Nah, fuck that.
Him.
Don't
This
listen
is
to
on
him.
par for what he does.
Tony
Yeah.
Busby, Tory Lanez dad, Nicki, who clearly got some shit going on.
Mosquito.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't need. He's more powerful.
So you don't want Hov
than
to
that
be Hov?
to me. I just don't. Where Hov is and who he is today and what he's accomplished. No, I think it's over
You
for
can
that.
try to change, but that's just the top layer. He was who you was before you got here. He's still Hov.
However, this particular segment has raised eyebrows on social media.
I hear you.
I'm still doing. This is still me. I heard all that shit y'all said. I was quiet. I shut the fuck up. Y'all playing way too much between the shit that Busby was doing, the shit that old girl been saying. I heard it. And y'all are playing with my family, my legacy. It ain't just me here. And now I'm gonna say something to you. Don't be putting me in no motherfucking fill your ring. None of that. That shit is not funny, bro. That shit be affecting lives. That talked about, yo, if my grandmother wouldn't have passed away before this shit got clipped. You affecting somebody's life, bro. We look at this shit from the outside looking in and be like, oh, that's what you signed up for. No, that's not what it signed up for. Yo, you talking about kids gotta go to school at 10, 11, and 12 years old, hearing that their parents is house. That shit ain't cool, man. Address it. You say whatever the fuck you want. I could be up there in the stars. I'm still a human being. I got flesh and blood. I'm addressing something.
And he put that shit out. He put that statement out saying how.
And if you're wondering why this raised eyebrows, given that these same people were saying rappers are human and that allegations are serious, this was the very same podcast where Drake got labeled a predator during the Not Like Us fallout, and Drake's fans were not about to let that go unnoticed. Pay attention to how some of these commentators were passionately co-signing those accusations against Drake, calling him a predator and telling him to just move on from the beef. They would also go on to co-sign the song being performed at the Super Bowl. Take note of the hypocrisy there. And now we've got 50 Cent out here responding to the people who believe he came out looking bad after the Daphne Joy tape surfaced in connection with Diddy's case. First, he reposted this headline, how 50 Cent's Netflix Diddy documentary became an Emmy contender, and added the caption, "I'm taking an L," followed by laughing and clapping emojis. Sure, if you say so. And he essentially expanded on what he had already said across multiple videos, that he and Daphne Joy have been separated for well over a decade. So, the real question is, why are people acting like 50 Cent has any say over what his ex does with her personal life? She's an ex, that's it. Take a look at what he had to say.
You see the first tape, man. There's a lot of tapes out there. None of that ain't got nothing to do with none of the parties. What you're looking at that right now is separate. They feel like it's special because it's my son's mom in the actual tape. But we haven't had any intimacy for 12 years. She could be out back with a dog for all I care, to be honest with you. You know, and she's the only person that we didn't get into the documentary that I wish we did, because it would be the person that's there that wasn't a victim. No. See, when you think of women, we go women empowerment and for women, but let's not forget that there's some hoes.
Hey, yo, chill!
Right? No, let's just realize that's there. That exists. Come on, so there's people that are there and they're looking for these things. Like they look for that. So she's just getting what she actually would. Have you met it? At the present moment, check out the OnlyFans, man. It's up 85%.
Well, talk about
currently works, so she's achieving what she's after. Trust me.
I just want to say about Daphne that we did reach out to Daphne. She was not in the film for her. That was her own choice to not be in this film.
So the same people who constantly argue that 50 Cent only ever cares about the money are now suddenly convinced that he's emotionally devastated, while the man is literally profiting off the Diddy documentary. The logic doesn't quite add up. And as 50 himself pointed out, the person who deserves the most sympathy in all of this is his son. That's where the real focus should be. And moving on, Ding Dong appears to be completely serious when he says Drake would comfortably outperform Jay-Z in a direct rap battle.
Drake would easily whoop Jay-Z in a battle.
I think Drake's gonna toast him. I'm looking forward to it. If Drake doesn't kill him, then he's out of here. This is easy work for Drake. I don't know, or something's happening. I don't know, maybe he's baiting him, maybe he has something on him. But I believe Drake's gonna, because you see, Drake's relentless. Like I said, I don't think Drake can handle Kendrick, but I think he'll just, Jay's like sick, he's an old man. Like the other day, this dude came in here and he acted inappropriately, but he was 80. And I had to tell him, I'm like, bro, 40 years ago, I would have had to fuck you up, but you're 80. So it's like, it's almost gonna be like abusive for Drake to punish this nigga like that. It's basically based on what I just saw, he needs to get back in rock star shape. He don't got the breath like he used to. Pause. Like not even, I'm curious to see what it's gonna do. I think it's gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see what Nicki Minaj is gonna do. These are all people that actually can rap these days. They can still rap. I know for sure Big Daddy Kane will kill Jay right now. You saw once they said that shit, Big Daddy Kane was like, no dissing nobody, no nothing. Still Big Daddy Kane. Jay can't do that no more. And then I know, like, I felt like, and I don't know if it was AI or something, but when I saw when he actually said the rhyme, I saw people booing. I didn't see this crowd go crazy like it was a mic drop. I think people were like, the teeth. I can guarantee you my teeth are better than Jay's and that my breath smells better. Pause. My teeth are more expensive than Jay's. Ask Dr. Rapper.
And perhaps his judgment is clouded by hate or your thoughts. And perhaps this is the first time in...
And perhaps his judgment is being clouded by personal bias, but I'll let you weigh in on that one. And this may genuinely be the first time in the social media era that Jay-Z's supporters have been put in a defensive position. Whatever backing he's been receiving from legacy media appears to have been completely drowned out by the wave of criticism coming from everyday social media users slamming the freestyle. And the scrambling is very much underway. It started with this post that took off online. Jay-Z has 0 diamond certified albums across a 30-year career. What exactly was he running? And Jay-Z's fan base did not take that sitting down. Jay-Z isn't a pop star. That's precisely what makes his longevity and success so remarkable. Eminem is a pop star. 50 Cent, Nelly, Snoop, those are pop stars. Jay-Z is simply an elite rapper with a deep catalog of hits and classics. He doesn't do movies, video games, or any of that. He raps. And setting aside the fairly obvious reasons why Jay-Z is steered clear of movies and video games, the level of audacity packed into that argument is something else entirely. Because when you actually look at Jay-Z's chart history, nearly every #1 he's had has been carried by pop collaborators. And now his fans are out here constructing this kind of mental gymnastics because they've been backed into a corner. It's equal parts hilarious and desperate. And just as a reminder, Jay-Z's very first #1 was a pop song. Arguably, that description applies to all of his #1 hits in the United States. But the coping pressed on. Jay-Z is a superstar, not a pop star. He's not operating in the Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Pussycat Dolls world. Eminem, on the other hand, was absolutely in that world from day one. There's a clear distinction between the lanes they occupy. If you can't see that, that's your problem. This is coming from someone who very clearly doesn't understand what the word pop star actually means, let alone the difference between that and a superstar. And people want to talk about Drake fans being delusional. So let's get this straight. The artist with multiple solo rap hits that he actually wrote himself gets lumped in with Britney Spears. But the guy who consistently needs high-profile collaborations to generate hits is somehow the superstar. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's more recent output has leaned heavily on partnerships with artists like Kanye West and Linkin Park just to stay relevant. But sure, he's the pure rapper.